Coming up next, I'm going to review the latest and greatest from Masque Milano, Lost Alice, my full review. Stay tuned because it's coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose, and today going to do a full review of the newest fragrance that just came out really a few days ago on, I believe it was April 3rd, which is a Saturday, the official release from Masque Milano of, you see here it says Tea Party. The fragrance is actually called Lost Alice. For those of you who watched my video, I actually participated in the worldwide kind of private launch of this new fragrance. And they had sent to 100 people who were invited to this in advance of the launch, which was a Zoom launch or a Google Meetup, but basically one of those type of events. They had sent a package full of materials, including a lot of the accords that were included in the fragrance to make this. And then they had included the final bottle here, which they just labeled Tea Party because they didn't want to give away the name of the fragrance in advance. They really actually did very well at keeping this a big secret. So let's get right into this. Lost Alice, again, just released in 2021 on April 3rd officially. It is now on their website. You can go to the Masque Milano website and see it is available for purchase. 35 milliliters. I think it's roughly in the $150, $60 range. Anyways, check to see if they've updated the prices there. But this was created by perfumer Mackenzie Reilly, who is an American perfumer. She works for IFF, and she told this great backstory at the event I was at, how they worked on this fragrance for over a year, meeting in Grasse, France at the IFF, facilities that they have there with, tremendous different natural resources and flowers and components, and Italy, where Masque Milano is based, and kind of how the whole process developed. And it really came out of creative director of the brand, Alessandro Brun, and the idea of Alice in Wonderland and the theme behind just the crazy manic story of Alice in Wonderland and the Tea Party and the Mad Hatter and the kind of just wild, different versions there are out there. And so that was the inspiration behind this fragrance, and thus the name Lost Alice. So really kind of a cool fragrance in my mind. This is something that if you look at, the fragrance is got tremendous variety. It's got tremendous uniqueness, especially among a world of fragrances that are so typical nowadays. But what I like about it is she's taken a lot of elements that are both kind of not common, but also very common, and combined them in a way that makes it a very luxurious, rich, elegant fragrance, but something that you can get for a very good price from a high-end niche fragrance. And so the notes are as follows. So you have at the top, they have ambrette seed, clary sage, and then black pepper. They actually list too much black pepper because that's an homage to the story of Alice in Wonderland. They actually list too much black pepper, and then they make a little caveat here. It says it's not, of course, too much. It's very, very spicy. But again, this is a very literary fragrance. This house is very artistic, very artisanal. Then at the heart note, you have carrot, you have orris concrete, you have English tea, and you have white roses. And then they list it as painted red. Again, I love this allegory and visual. And then at the heart, you have sandalwood from India. You have broom, which is a kind of yeast-like flower that they got from Italy. And then you have a steamed milk accord. Now, does all that sound yummy or what? If you, again, when you heard Mackenzie Reilly, the perfumer, talk about this, she is very influenced in New York, in the New York foodie scene, among basically creating unique food creations out of regular things and lifting food to a higher art. So she has this kind of very foodie mixologist concept that she used in creating this fragrance. And I think it was just phenomenal. I mean, listening and reading those accords just makes me hungry, right? It just makes me hungry. It makes me want to eat this fragrance. So anyways, let's, this is the decant that I have. I kind of showed you earlier. It's almost all gone. I've been wearing it for a few days now, so I don't have the full bottle yet. I will be getting a full bottle of this. But, okay, so this fragrance, I'm going to spray it on just so you can kind of see my reaction here. All right. Yeah, it's so... I hate saying the word unique because it is unique, but it's just different. This is, right from the beginning, it's bright, it's spicy, again, it's luxurious, it's elegant, it's very rich, it's slightly sweet, but not a ton. And I think that I get a touch of this yeasty element from that broom, but you also get this kind of, the ambrette seed has a carrot-like quality, and you also have the carrot in the heart. So it comes across almost as, again, almost like a food element here. It's almost edible. It's an interesting fragrance. It's very edible. And it's a little nutty. I think that's also from the ambrette seed, from hearing Mackenzie Reilly talk about the components. It has a little kind of nutty carrot element. And almost, again, almost kind of chocolatey too. So this is just... So that is the opening. Again, a lot going on there, but it blends very well. And it's just different from your typical opening. There's also some bergamot in there, so it gives it a little bit of a lighter, almost kind of, I don't want to say citrusy, but a little bit of a kind of a citrusy element at the top. And I think that the bergamot helps blend in all those other notes that I just talked about. And then as it dries down into the heart, you definitely get this kind of creamy, buttery orris component that I really dig. Orris butter, for those who don't know, orris root, orris concrete is one of the most expensive fragrance materials. They got this specifically from Italy, and that was as a tribute to the brand. So Mackenzie Reilly and IFF went and got some of this materials, the orris, from the orris flower in Italy. And it's very expensive to extract this material. So this is super high-end quality orris butter, and it is so buttery. It's so creamy. Again, it's food-like. For all you who are foodies out there, I think you're going to really like this fragrance because it almost has a foodie-like quality, which is obviously very popular nowadays. Then you get this kind of English tea. You get this black tea quality as it kind of kicks in after into this heart note area. So you get the tea party aspect of Alice in Wonderland. So really cool how they combine this really literary aspect. So welcome back, everybody. I took a break because in the middle of filming here, literally filming, I heard a knock at the door. I went running over because I thought it was my animals knocking stuff over again, and it was Shere. You guys remember Shere?
Yay! Hi, guys.
Yeah, so she made an impromptu visit to the house, and I thought, cool, why not get her opinion of Lost Alice, which is this brand new fragrance that I'm describing here. So this is, I think I told you I went to this, I had this like live event this weekend.
Yes, you did. You did. The master class.
So no, the master class is coming up. This was actually the introduction of a new fragrance. It was, It was the worldwide release. It was an event they had, Masque Milano. Anyways, this was the fragrance. I'm almost totally out of it. It's called Lost Alice. It's like built on, or it's inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Ooh. So like the Mad Hatter, the Tea Party, all the like the crazy like Tim Burton movie style, like it's, you know, psychedelic and mushrooms, like yeah, all kinds of shit. So this is, let me just get your impression. She's never smelled this, has no idea what it is, but I thought, why not? Let's just add her into the video here. So this is very impromptu. If you want to give me the back of your hand. All right, so here we go. Let's dry for a second, and we'll see someone else's.
Oh my God, I love it already.
Ooh.
Very fruity, sweet, or flowery.
So this has got a flower called broom, which is from Italy, which is
flower, yes.
Which it's not like sweet floral, but it's like interesting. It's got like a kind of a yeast, chocolatey beer quality to it. It's got English tea.
I do smell the chocolate.
It's got orris butter, which it gives us this like milky, kind of creamy. It's got sandalwood.
Oh wow, I love it. It's a mix of sweet but fresh.
Yeah.
Not too heavy,
Yeah.
light, and then you immediately smell the chocolate part of it.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yep. It's a really nice,
Love it.
cool. So that's a very impromptu, just first impression from Sherry to see what she thought. And I will continue on the interview. We'll take a break for a second. I'll continue on in a second. So there you had some real life, impromptu, cool video stuff, right? For those of you who haven't seen my friend Sherry, she's done some videos with me over the last few months. She's got an excellent nose herself. Her mother has been in the fragrance industry for like 20 years, works for Clive Christian, Joe Malone. She's done a bunch of stuff. So Sherry has her own like unbelievable collection of fragrances. So we always talk about it, and she jumps in with me every once in a while in those videos. So that was a great kind of really first impression and true feeling. She loved it. She loved it, right? Someone with really good taste. All right, so let me kind of wrap this up. The dry down, again, is beautiful. It goes into this kind of milky sandalwood, and it's not a powdery sandalwood. I love sandalwood. I do like powdery sandalwood, but I like that this is not powdery. I like that this is a different type. It's more of a creamy sandalwood. And I think it's because of the combination with the Oris concrete, which is more creamy, buttery. So it mixes into that sandalwood, it just kind of really melds together perfectly. Again, think of a good recipe. Think of a good food recipe where everything is just kind of perfectly blended and cooked together. That's how I think of this fragrance, Lost Alice. And that dry down's a little bit sweet. And I gotta say, with that steamy milk accord, it's almost like a cup of tea with hot milk. So if you like drinking tea that way, I know that's kind of more of the British way, not necessarily the American way, but I think this fragrance really hits a home run on trying to accomplish what it does. And I've talked about this before. I'd like to read what a fragrance is trying to accomplish, because that's, to me, part of whether a fragrance hits the mark and whether it's successful. And I think they did that here. I think Masque Milano did an excellent job. Mackenzie Reilly did an excellent job based on the inspiration of Alice in Wonderland and the Tea Party and everything together. This is a beautiful gourmand fragrance, but it's not a cloying gourmand fragrance whatsoever. So if you like gourmand fragrances and you want to try something different, Lost Alice, to me, absolutely hits the mark. Great fragrance. Last, I get on the wearings I've had so far, I've gotten approximately around 9 hours of good, long-lasting fragrance and really good projection for the first 2.5 hours or so. So good job, Masque Milano. Good job, Mackenzie Reilly. Love this fragrance. You saw Sherry. She loved it. She was like wowed by it right off the spray. So I got to say, I think they've got a winner on their hands. And that's it. That's my full review. This is JoelTheNose. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Take care and peace and love.